Thank you.
A second, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kobe, and thank you, Honorable Mkhalipi. Dr. Clark, let's work on it with the amendments that members have made to the program. We'll then move to the next item. Kindly flag it, Nola.
I hope it's visible, Honorable Chairperson. The next item on the agenda is the consideration and adoption of the minutes. But before that, Chair, I would like to profusely apologize for the delayed submission of documents. It was just a matter beyond our control this time around because we struggled to get approvals on time, which is why we couldn't do anything. We couldn't confirm the meeting date and therefore send the correct documents and at the right time, well in advance before this meeting could take place. But going forward, Chairperson, we commit to ensure that all members get the documents on time. Secondly, the members that would not have received the documents probably did not submit their alternative email addresses on the WhatsApp group when we requested. I think it was just an oversight from some members, but we are also fixing that one, Chairperson. Thirdly, we in MENCO we proposed that the meetings of the standing days for the meetings of this committee would be on Friday, given the fact that members are also committed in other committees during the week. So I think it's one proposal that we missed out on when Dr. Clark was doing her presentation. So we'll fix the proposed program and reflect Friday mornings as it were. What we need guidance from the committee with Honorable Chairperson is whether the meetings will all be virtual or some will be physical, so that we can also reflect that to the submission that will make to the House Chairperson on the actual program that's been adopted by the committee. Chair, as I now move to the adoption of the minutes that are before the ad hoc committee are the minutes of the meeting that was held on the 31st of October at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a virtual meeting, and the major objective of that meeting was the election of the chairperson. On the screen, Honorable Chair, is the attendance register, just to confirm that most of the members were there. There were only 3 apologies from Honorable Van Zyl, Honorable Ngubane, and Honorable Litchfield Chabalala. So the proceedings went ahead, and Honorable Masina was therefore elected as the chairperson of the committee, and then a resolution, or the support personnel was also introduced, with the exception of Ms. Bochard, who has just introduced herself this morning. And then there was a resolution. There were actually 2 resolutions that were brought forward by the committee, meaning that there was a management meeting that was supposed to sit, which had indeed set on Monday, the 3rd of November in the evening, where this draft program was also adopted by MENCO, and then the draft program was therefore considered and adopted this morning in this meeting. Thank you, Honourable Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Nola. Members, these are the minutes of the previous meeting, which was last week on Friday, when we had our first meeting, equally that served as an election to the chair of the committee. Is there anything that has been omitted in the minutes, those who were in attendance, that needs to be corrected before we can move to either adoption of the minutes? I'll take it as none. Are the minutes a true reflection of what happened last week on Friday?
Yes, Chair.
It's Honorable
Mafakane.
Okay. Thank you for that. Can we get a seconder?
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to second.
Thank you so much, Honorable Kobe. Then the minutes are duly adopted by the meeting as a true reflection, or that reflects the engagement and resolutions that were taken in the last week Friday meeting. And then we go to the last part, which will be the resolutions and closing remarks. Thank you so much, members. The chair, unfortunately, has been cut off due to network as he is abroad. So I then had to step in to chair because I I sit equally in the MENCO. But what the meeting of today would have resolved on and concluded on is that there is a proposal that we sit every Friday, considering that all of us belong to other portfolio committees during Tuesdays and Wednesday, and then therefore Friday be an alternate day of us sitting as this committee. Whether we should sit on be throughout virtual or physical, I think MENCO requires to deal with that component and then bring it to the committee to finalize on it. And we'll wait for the chair as well to give guidance on that matter, whether it will be advisable for us to have a physical sitting, seeing that equally Fridays are being targeted for many plenaries in the assembly. 2 is that we should receive all documentation for meetings in advance, and the latest will be Wednesdays when our meetings are sitting on Friday, so that it gives members sufficient time to be able to interact with documents before the set meeting on Friday, including the meeting notice as well. And we have equally agreed that we have fully adopted the programs with the amendments that Dr. Clark needs to still consider of indicating dates to the program, and equally to send to recommend to the speaker that she needs to consider revising the deadline that is given to the ad hoc committee, being the 31st of March to now the 31st of August, bearing the scope of work that still needs to transpire in the committee. So those are the resolutions that the meeting has taken today. With that, members, thank you so much for joining and availing yourself. It's now 2 minutes before we can join. Let's kindly join in the mini plenaries that were assigned to join in, and therefore the meeting stands adjourned. And thank you once again.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.